I'm going to say something that you either very much expect me to say or didn't expect me to say at all, but you actually don't need a sales funnel. If you've listened to me, you know where I'm going with this. But my name's Kristen Schneider. I work with companies about messaging, getting the right people to hear the right thing that tells them exactly how you can make them the hero of your story, and getting them on board in a way that has them loving what you do and that they stick around. And you get to love what you do too, because you finally are being true to where you really wish your company was and what kind of work you were doing. So we work on messaging that manifests itself mostly in sales funnels. So that's why you'll see me talking about it a lot. And because most people look for words like sales funnel and not messaging. So I start there and help with the messaging along the way. But here's the thing is I always tell people you don't actually need a sales funnel, but it's not because you don't use sales funnels. It's because you really don't get a choice. You have a sales funnel. Sales funnel is just the fancy word we use to explain the process of people hearing about you to people buying from you. And that can look like a lot of different things. For a local diner, it might be a sandwich board and some properly placed coupons. And for you, it might be the typical lead magnet with a drip sequence, or something far more complex and elaborate if you have a lot of offerings or a large crowd, or you've been around for a while, or you have a team helping you. But whatever it looks like, you have one. By being in business, you have a process that people are buying from you, or you don't have a business. So you don't need a sales funnel. You have a sales funnel, whether you want one or not. The question is whether it's working. And so that would be the thing that I would really sit down today is it's not, oh, I need to get around to my sales funnel. I need to take a look at that. We need one of those, we got one of those 3 years ago or whatever. Like, that's not how sales funnels work. You have one, and it's constantly shifting and adjusting. Every action you take takes away from or adds to the effectiveness of your sales funnel as a business. So you are working on your sales funnel as a business always. The question is whether what you're doing adds to its effectiveness or not. So what I would encourage you to do today is sit down and say, what is our sales funnel? And usually it's more of a web, right? So like clients can enter at different ways, at different points and in different ways, and they're going to kind of plinko their way down through everything you have in place to catch their attention and to get them to take action. Nobody's really going to follow exactly the same flow every time. So your sales funnel is not just one straight shot, first of all. So you need to figure out what are the different ways people can work their way through. Do I like it? Like, does it sound like what I want the company to sound like? Is it up to our type of sales ethics? Is it up to the task? Like, does it do a good job? Does it convert well? And where do I wish we could make improvements? And what do I think is really missing? So take stock of where your sales funnel is right now, and then figure out what, not everything you can do to fix it, because you have to, like I said, it's constantly shifting. You have to take it in steps. Don't look at everything you could do to fix it. Find one or two things you could do to fix it. There's a few reasons I tell people that. One, it's manageable. Like, we should constantly be doing things to move our business forward, but we don't have to do everything to move our business forward today, right now, because we're panicked. So do things in layers. It's what gives you longevity. The people who are willing to stick it out and do less but for longer are the ones who make it in general, whether it's cooking or sports or business or anything else. The other thing is that it's smart, because you don't want to make a whole bunch of changes that you can't trace the effectiveness to. So get everything up and running, fine. Like, if you don't have any of the tools you want in place, do a few. But most of the time you only want to shift one or two things at a time. So take a look at it. Tell me what you think. What are your biggest questions? What are your hangups? And where could you take action, like in one thing, just one thing this week that would shift the way your sales funnel functions? Do you need an additional point for people to enter, which would be something like a lead magnet or an advertising campaign or a video series or something that gets people's attention? Do you need something that nurtures better? Once you get people's attention, are you working on getting them to convert and trust you and like what you have to offer? Because usually one time from hearing from you isn't enough. Is it in the sales process? Like, are you getting the closure on promising leads that you think you should be getting? Or do you feel like you're kind of talking sales away or letting things fall through the cracks? And then the retention and customer service end of it. Are you treating, that's part of your sales funnel. How you treat the people who have already agreed to buy things from you is one of the most important parts of getting your messaging straight and your things to work well. So look at all the different aspects of where people are hearing from you, what they're hearing, and is what they're hearing what you want them to hear? And is it getting them to take the action that you want them to take? So you don't need a sales funnel, you have one. The question is it working, and how can it work better? Because it always can. And if there's anything that you need from me to answer those questions to help you move forward, let me know, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.